Barbie girl or not, you can explore more of her world in the dollhouse. Channel for fun, flirty, female-friended pop hits. From the 80s and 90s to now. Including music from the new Barbie movie out now. As the dollhouse becomes Barbie Land, featuring Barbie the movie soundtrack for a limited time on Channel 105 and year-round on the SXM app. Hi, Dad.
Get the SiriusXM app and listen on your phone when you get out of the car. Anywhere you take your phone, you can take Howard Stern, NFL Radio, and commercial-free music channels from nearly every genre. You never have to miss your favorite SiriusXM programs or commercial-free music. Find the SiriusXM app in the App Store or call 844-711-8800 or visit SiriusXM.com/app to find out more.
This is Trey Anastasia from Fish.
Fish is known for legendary live performances.
The thing that I like the most is that everybody says yes to every idea.
And on-stage improvisation.
When I walk on stage, I've trained myself to go completely blank.
Dive into their weird and wonderful world with exclusive commentary and shows hosted by band members.
There's a lot more preparation than might be seen, but there's also a lot more abandon than might be believed.
Fish Radio, Channel 29. To hear this channel, activate your radio now. Call 844-711-8800 or head to SiriusXM.com/go to sign up quickly.
With the SiriusXM Platinum VIP plan, you can unlock the ultimate listening experience in up to 2 cars and stream anywhere with 2 app logins. Enjoy our greatest content, opportunities for live VIP experiences, and prioritized customer care. Plus, get access to over 5,000 audio and video concert recordings through nugs.net. Call 844-711-8800 and become a VIP. Offer details apply. Not available in Canada.
Visit www.SiriusXM.com/go to sign up online quickly and activate your radio. If you haven't subscribed to SiriusXM yet, you're missing out on over 140 channels of sports, news, talk, and entertainment, plus commercial-free music. Get play-by-play from your teams, your favorite music, commercial-free, and personalities like Howard Stern, no matter where you live. Unlock it all now. Activate your radio by visiting www.SiriusXM.com/go to sign up online quickly or call 844-711-8800 now.
Excitement of Formula One racing like SiriusXM. Hear every thrilling lap of a worldwide championship chase.
Verstappen takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Hamilton couldn't hold him off.
Comprehensive pre- and post-race coverage.
That was the best race I've ever seen.
And a weekly insider look at the F1 circuit every Wednesday on SXM Wheel to Wheel.
There's been plenty going on both on and off track.
The 2023 Formula One season on SiriusXM Channel 81 and the SXM app. To hear Formula One on SiriusXM, activate your radio by calling 844-711-8800 or visiting SiriusXM.com/go.
They're pounding on the door. They're calling on the phone. They're threatening to close your business. If debt has your business on the brink, call Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. For over 40 years, Ray Reynolds has helped thousands of customers get millions in cash credit. It's no wonder why they call Ray the godfather of credit. He may even be able to raise your score above 750 before the end of the year. You could even get a new personal or business credit line up to $50,000 within days. If your credit needs a rebuild, call Ray Reynolds and receive a $1,000 cash credit card at closing. Raise your credit score to 750 or more. Call Ray Reynolds at 800-746-2730. 800-746-2730. Learn about Ray's secrets to success and how he can fix and improve your credit score to 750 or more. Call the godfather of credit rebuild, Ray Reynolds, at 800-746-2730. 800-746-2730.
Into the end zone. Touchdown! Derrick Henry.
RotoWire.com presents RotoWire Fantasy Sports today on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio. Here are your hosts.
But if you can keep the car moving, we'll take care of the rest. We have interactive games.
You did it! You're our newest champion!
Music for every member of the family. And if that weren't enough, the reviews are in.
We just wanted to let you know what an amazing job you're doing.
It's Kids Place Live every day on SiriusXM Channel 78 and available on the SXM app, included with all our trials and popular plans.
To hear Kids Place Live, activate your radio by calling 844-711-8800 or visiting SiriusXM.com/go.
Amazing moments happen so much at SiriusXM. We want you to see them. SiriusXM Video lets you watch some of your favorite SiriusXM shows on the SXM app. Groundbreaking interviews, amazing in-show moments, behind-the-scenes footage, live performances, all come to life in a way you only imagined before. Plus, you can create your own personalized Pandora station based on the artist you love. And hear over 100 extra channels filled with ad-free music for every mood or occasion. Get your first 6 months of our Platinum plan for only $8.33 per month, plus fees and taxes. Just call 844-711-8800 to take advantage of this amazing offer.
Let's get ready to rumble! Welcome to the show. My name is Charlton of Big C Sports. This is Big C Sports coming to you worldwide on the Big C Sports Network, the number one network in the United States of America. And Big C Sports has been voted the number one sports show in the universe, according to me and people who love the universe, and that would be you too. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my? Won't you be my? Won't you be my neighbor? Shut up! You're making too much noise! I'm singing in the middle of the night because I can't sleep. Some of my neighbors, they don't like it. I'm singing sexy, sexy. You're so sexy! Sexy, sexy! I said, give me some praise! You're so sexy. Today's show is sponsored by your Northern California Cadillac dealers, home of the all-new Cadillac Escalade. The standard of the world. When you go by and test drive yours, tell them sit ya with a good Lord fit ya. And that makes sense to you as well as routing and feeding Cadillac cars all across the universe. You can follow Big C Sports Podcast on 27 podcast applications all over the universe. That's more than any podcaster in the world. Google, Alexa, Spotify, Speaker Podcast, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio Podcast, Castbox Podcast, and Deezer Podcast, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, GeoSavant Podcast out of London, England, as well as India and Africa. Also get some hits in Russia, if that makes sense to you. You can find us on Podtail, YouTube, Hubhopper, Stitcher Podcast, Radio Line, Repod Podcast, Luminary Podcast, Listen Notes, Podcast Wise, Podbay, Verbal Podcast, Podcast Policy, Podcast Republic, Good Pods Podcast. Oh, and I'm telling you, there's one that used to scare me. It used to scare me, then it stopped. And then it started again. It's called AllFeeds.ai. The robots are taking over. Give the robots some praise. But I have a solution. Would you like to hear it? Yes. Well, when I was growing up, there were 7 kids in my family. And now I understand why. Because my daddy's favorite song was by Teddy Pendergrass. And all the time he'd tell my mama, he said, turn off the lights, and light a candle. Dun, 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 dun. You see, there's something I want to do to you, baby. He said, turn them off. And my mama would turn the lights on. 7 kids later, turn off the lights, baby. Oh, Fred Leavenworth, what a great day in the Denver Hills, California. I want to also say you can follow Big C Sports Podcast. And I'm telling you, tonight I think I'm winning $800 million, whatever it is. I was trying to ask the Saudi government for $6 billion, and that's coming but $850 million, whatever it is. Who's counting? God already told me I was going to win it in a dream. You don't want to make God a liar, Lotto. I got the numbers in my wallet. In fact, I don't even know where my wallet is. Oh, I've been getting about 2 hours of sleep, man. It's pretty happy in Denver Hills. When you only get 2 hours of sleep, give that some praise. I'm going to petition that we have 44 hours in a day, because who needs all those sleep hours? You know, I'm thinking about something that I did. I went out and I'm going to put myself on a limb. You ever put yourself on a limb? I got the winning numbers. Tonight's Mega Millions. Give that some praise. It's called 11, 14, 16, 21, 46, and the Powerball 20. So I said it, there you go, God, it's up to you now. If that makes sense to you, really do appreciate the way things go on the Big C Sports Podcast. You can also follow Big C Sports Podcast streaming OTT on 4TV podcast platforms all over the universe. You can find me on, oh my goodness, I love it when I say this, Xfinity Comcast TV, Apple TV, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and a lot of smart TVs all over the universe. But you better have a smart TV, or you might be sitting there looking at a still picture. What I love so much about Big C Sports, man, I had something that made me, it's like energy gum. I was chewing it, and I just keep going and going and going and going. So energy gum has really gotten to me. I talk fast anyway because I don't want the popo to listen in. So I talk fast so they can't keep up. You ever not been able to keep up? They like to strike. At the same time, I do what no podcaster in the world does, and this is why I'm asking Dubai, Saudi Arabia, for $6 billion. I want to expand Big C Sports podcast all over the universe. As other sports programs, they're shrinking because they don't have the energy gum that I have. I want to employ podcasters all over the world. Imagine that. Because it's time for other people to start getting involved with the growth factor that sports can bring to people. Sports is galvanizing. It brings people together. And I love the fact that I have a platform with Big C Sports Podcast. But what good is having a plate full of cookies if you don't share with other people? I want to get podcasters who are looking at getting into the sports world. 800-772-8624. That's 800-772-8624. 800-772-8624. And just tell them Big C is talking to people about getting more podcasters to create more work around the world. All I need is $6 billion. $6 billion? Yeah, you know how many cans I gotta sell to get $6 billion? I need the Saudi government to step in. You sponsor everybody else. In fact, the Saudi Arabian government, they sponsor some people that even fired some of their podcasters and broadcasters. Big C Sports is expanding. I'm the only sports show in the universe that's expanding. One beautiful, intelligent black man, 27 platforms, streaming on 4 TV platforms, about to be 5, and all I need is $6 billion, and give that some praise. You have not because you ask not. And it's all fair and level war. Some people say, $6 billion, man, you crazy. Well, that's why I'm going to get $6 billion. I am crazy. It's all fair and level war. It must be the gum. It's got to be the shoes, Mike. Yeah, it must be the gum. At the same time, I have no producer in my ear. People say that is painfully obvious curry. My show is fresh daily, like the collard greens that I was tearing up last night. I was like a pit bull on those collard greens. Man, they taste so good. I always honor God. I always walk and talk by faith, not by sight. I'm the only sports podcaster in the world that, number 1, I produce the show. Number 2, I direct the topics. Number 3, I broadcast all the shows. Number 4, I do all the sound effects based on the platform provided by the agency. We can all use more laughter in our lives, especially with me yelling with this powerful gum that I've been chewing on. And then the commercials are done. I'm the only podcaster in the universe. I get all my commercials out of the way in the beginning. My commercials are like the appetizer at a dinner. You got the appetizer, and then you have the entree, and then you have the dessert, and then you have turn off the lights, ding, and light a candle. Dun, 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 dun. You see, I'm in a romantic mood, yeah. He said, turn off the lights, ding, and come to me. You see, there's something I want to do to you, baby. You can't get off on Take It to the Graph. That song's responsible for more babies made in the history of the universe. Try it sometime. If somebody leaving the lights on, try it real slow. Hey, turn off the lights and light a candle. And the kid's like, yeah, I ain't turn off the lights. You say, excuse me. I say, turn off the lights and light a candle. The woman says, I ain't turn off the lights. Turn off your own damn lights. But when you say, turn them off. Yeah, try it sometime. It works on dogs. I had a dog. He wouldn't do nothing but eat and poop. Hey, Duke, come here. Time to eat, Duke. Duke would come over to the dog bowl. He'd tear that bowl up. He'd tear that apple up, and then he'd go back to sleep. And then we learned we had to get Duke in better shape, so we got one of those tennis balls, and we tossed the ball out and hope that Duke could go get it. We say, Duke. He said, hey, go out and fetch this ball, Duke. So we throw the tennis ball in the backyard, and the dog would go, well, didn't I just eat? Why you calling me? Fetch your own damn ball. So if you gotta fetch your own damn ball, you got some breaks. Man, that energy gum got me going. But I also, I get the stats are provided, the storytelling. I do the play-by-play, which I'm going to do today. Runners on first and third. They count full. The pitch, curveball, swung on in deep. Right field, back to the wall. Home run. Say hello to my little friends. I love saying the girls love the long ball and men love to hit deep. You know, nobody goes to a baseball game to watch people bunt. They love to see the long ball, if that makes sense to you. And I like to give the long ball every time I'm doing Big C Sports Podcast. And then the show is uploaded to 27 multiple podcast platforms out of New York City. And I'm in Dimdale Hills, California. Number 10, I never missed a show since creating Big C Sports with the crew back at Salem Media back in the day before shenanigans set in. And our show was the first time in the history of the United States that NFL Monday Night Football started broadcasting live on the Wall Street Business Network. They had never done it before anywhere in the country. But I got the letter from station management, called us the Dream Team. And then some good old boys said if two N-words can do it, we can begin some shenanigans. So they brought in shenanigans, show went away. I'm still expanding. They're having some layoffs, but that's just the way love goes. You either lead, follow, or get out of the way. I don't wait for nobody but God. I'm always going forward. I'm going forward no matter what. Like a 100,000 horsepower car. You just hit the floor and let it go. Let it roll, baby. That gum is really good. I'm going to bring up some gum about sponsorship probably later in the month. Well, for sure, during football season, I have a great partner, business partner, very savvy, very smart, erudite, has a number 9 series DNA, and you're going to be giving us a praise because she's brilliant and has a lot of great information to bring as far as marketing opportunities in Big C Sports. You mark my words, when I get that $6 billion, people are going to know about it. You may not get like all spread level word. At the same time, I love what I do. It may be obvious for a lot of people, but also we're big on reparations, and we're going to get reparations for descendants of chattel slavery. Get that some praise. You know, the NFL, talk about missing the mark. The NFL announced the Pro Bowl will be in Florida. Now, the NFL is about 75% black players. Florida with Governor DeSantis is trying to get rid of black history. The only black history he wants is to talk about slavery. They call it the woke society. When they learned that all lives came from Africa, according to Dr. Mendel and Dr. Leakey, well, they want to ban that from the schools. And then the NFL, with their idiocy, they say, hey, let's bring some more money to the state of Florida. How about let's have the Pro Bowl in Florida? You know, the same Pro Bowl that hates black history. That same Pro Bowl in a state that hates black history. What the world are they thinking? Why would you have the Pro Bowl where the players are 75% black and you put it in a state that doesn't want to teach black history? How does that make sense? And when I say reparations now, reparations forever, people say, man, you talk too much about politics. Well, reparations coming. But at the same time, the NFL is insensitive. Because when apartheid was happening in South Africa, they told all the people that were buying products from corporations that were in South Africa, they said, pull out. You ever pull out of anything? People pull out all the time. You got to pull out. Why would you not pull out of a state that says we don't like 75% of your product? In fact, not only do we not like them, we're going to erase their history. And then the men that control the NFL, they said, hey, I have an idea. Let's make money for the people who don't like our product. How in the hell does that make sense? Because people don't take black Americans seriously. You take Big C Sports serious because everything I say you can Google. You can Google right now. The state of Florida is trying to eliminate black history. They call it the woke society. And then the NFL, that's a $15 billion enterprise on the backs of black men. They're going to take the Pro Bowl and put it in a state where they're antithetical to black history. And most of our brittle, beautiful, intelligent black men, they won't say, they're going to show up and play. Why in the world would you do that? There was a time when the NFL they pulled out of Arizona having Pro Bowls or having a Super Bowl. They lost the Super Bowl in Arizona because they turned down that Dr. Martin Luther King holiday twice in Arizona. So now the NFL, in their brain deadness, they're in insincere appreciation for Black Lives Matter. If Black Lives Matter, follow Big C Sports reparations now, reparations forever. As Big C Sports is championing reparations, the NFL, the National Football League, they're taking the state that has the most enmity toward black people in their history. And they're saying, let's put the Pro Bowl there and make those people some more money. What in the hell are you thinking? Why would you do that? If somebody didn't like your kids, would you invite them to come to your house and have a party? People say, hell no, I wouldn't do that. Well, the NFL said, yeah, you can come on over. If somebody said your wife is ugly and her history doesn't matter, would you tell that man to come over to your house and break bread with your family? Hell no, you wouldn't. But the NFL would. They say, so what, you don't like black history? Maybe they don't like black history either. As long as they make us money, we'll give them praise. It's such an insult. It's such an insult that the NFL is going to play the Pro Bowl game in the state of Florida that is stripping away black history. You wouldn't know that unless you listen to Big C Sports Podcast. That's why I say give me some praise. Listen, you can lead, you can follow, and get out of the way. People talk about the Me Too movement. We got to boycott because of the Me Too movement. You're going to boycott because of the Me Too movement. Who's going to boycott when people are tired of black Americans being insulted? If they were trying to get rid of Jewish history, if they were trying to deny that the Holocaust ever existed in Florida, do you think they would say, well, let's play the Pro Bowl there? No. Most of the owners of NFL teams are owned by our Jewish brethren. How insensitive are you when black Americans helped end Hitler's reign? And now you want to have the Pro Bowl in Florida? Touchdown! Home run! Three-point play! Old man Willie, he's going all the way. That's a joke. Black Americans make the NFL a $15 billion enterprise. $15 billion. It's something so insensitive as trying to erase our history when the most seminal moment in the history of the United States since the Emancipation Proclamation has been reparations now, reparations forever. And the NFL has yet to put reparations on their sidelines the way they did Black Lives Matter. They've yet to put reparations on their helmets the way they put Black Lives Matter. They've yet to put reparations on their stadiums the way they put Black Lives Matter. And then to add salt into the wound, they say let's put the Pro Bowl in a state where they're eliminating black history. Well, we just wanna watch you boys play. We just want to watch you boys run up and down the field. That's all you're good for. Most of y'all gonna show up anyway. Any black athlete that plays in that damn Pro Bowl, take off your black card. What a joke. You let people tell you that your mama's history don't matter, your grandmama history don't matter, your granddaddy history don't matter, and you want to say Black Lives Matter? And some of y'all gonna show up and play anyway. You boycotted South Africa with apartheid because they were destroying black people, economically destroying them, socioeconomically destroying them, historically destroying them. But the world came together and they helped end apartheid in South Africa. They ended it. And then, because people are so happy on a few athletes getting a 5-year, $250 million contract, one person, not the whole race of people. We got a couple of athletes that we put up on a pedestal and they say nothing. Hey, I got mine, get yours. What would Muhammad Ali say? People say they love Ali. Ali, Boombaye. Ali, Boombaye. Ali, Boombaye. People say they love Ali. People say they love Dr. King. People say they love Malcolm X. People say they love Farrakhan for standing up to oppression. And now you have some of our wealthy black athletes. I think they're going to change the Pro Bowl because they heard Big C Sports speak. You can give me some praise. If any black athlete shows up at that Pro Bowl where they're telling you your great-granddaddy don't matter, your great-great-granddaddy don't matter, your great-grandmama don't matter, your mama don't matter, and you don't matter, and your kids don't matter. If you take your sorry butt down there and perform in front of those people, I have nothing else to say to you. Idiot. Ignorant. They would not do that to our Jewish brethren. You know, in Nazi, in Germany, you can't even have a swastika. It's considered a hate crime. Can't have it. But United States, they're going to tell you, you beautiful, intelligent black men, that you're so intellectually vapid. They can spit in your grandmama's face and tell you she don't matter. Your great-granddaddy didn't matter. Your mama don't matter. And you don't matter. And some of y'all going to show up and play anyway. Have some balls. Not just the ones you play with. Double entendre included. Stand up to the NFL and say, we will not participate in a Pro Bowl in that state. People say, wait a minute, Curry. You're going too far, Curry. What about the Miami Dolphins? They're going to play football this year. What about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? They're going to play football this year. What about the Jacksonville Jaguars? They're going to play football this year. Even Disney threatened to pull out of Florida because of their incendiary beliefs on groups of people. And Governor DeSantis is a joke. He's a joke. But he thinks he plays to a base of racism. And maybe he does. What about the Miami Heat, Curry? What about the Miami Heat? What about the Orlando Magic? The state of Florida has professional sports teams, and they pay people. I'm saying, why would you put your Pro Bowl game in the state of Florida when it could go to another state that's pro-black, like California? Because California is the first state in the United States that's going to pass comprehensive reparations. Give that some praise. Signed by Governor Gavin Newsom. If the NFL's so brain dead, they won't even get behind the most progressive state in the union, the fourth largest economy in the world, that's pro-black, they're pro-white, they're pro-Hispanic, they're pro-Asian, they're pro-Native American, they're pro-everybody in California. They're not trying to eliminate black history in California. But the NFL, in their brain-dead ways, telling you your great-granddaddy, your great-grandmama, so what? A lot of them ran away from the South to save their lives and save your butt. And some of our men are so intellectually vapid, they put their heads down. They put their heads down instead of standing up to a man and saying, wait a minute, why are we giving them more money when they are telling us that our people and our history don't exist? That is woke, if you read. I hope, and I may be wrong because sometimes I expect too much from people. Everything I say is a clarion call. You can Google everything I say. But if they were teaching anti-Jewish history in the state of Florida, you would not have the owners of the NFL saying, let's go down there and celebrate the Pro Bowl in Florida. They wouldn't do it. It's an insult. It's a huge insult. And all I'm saying is that the way you fix problems is you address it head on. If you have a headache, you can take some aspirin, but you can't pretend that the headache does not exist. If your foot hurts because you stepped on a pebble, maybe take the shoe off and take the pebble out of the shoe. You can't keep walking on the pebble and thinking that it's not there. If I just ignore it, it'll go away. If you have a flat tire in your car, you don't keep driving down the road thinking it's going to fix itself. It's a chance for a clarion call to say, wait a minute, we made a mistake. We're putting 75% of our product, black men, into a state where they're saying your history does not count. Your history does not count. And there are no black majority owners of NFL football teams. So when they say we love you and Black Lives Matter and we believe in reparations, they're going to take a state that's teaching anti-black history and they're going to make you go down there and perform. Because some guys are brain dead. You couldn't tell them nothing. They would stay in a burning house as long as Massa said, here's a check. Massa said, here's your check, boy. Don't dare take your kids out of this burning house. And some guys will say, hey, well, the money's good. You can't live forever. But some people like Rosa Parks that would not give a receipt to a white man who had not even an ounce of her dignity. And now you have that same old latent racism coming back. And some of our black athletes, some of our black men, they say nothing. It's embarrassing. And some of our white brethren too, where are you? Where are the decent white people and our decent Jewish brethren that are so damn insensitive that you're going to have the Pro Bowl? The NFL is the #1 sports league in the United States, and you have a state that's telling you that black history doesn't count? And you're going to go down there and celebrate in front of those people? I don't understand you. Black Americans helped the Union win the Civil War. The Southern Confederates and the KKK were going to win. But Lincoln told the black soldiers, if you help us fight the war, you help us win, you get 40 acres and a mule. We all know what happened when Lincoln was assassinated. President Andrew Johnson vetoed the bill. It went back to the KKK and the Southern Confederates. They had offspring too. And their offspring is trying to tell you that black history doesn't count. And you helped win the Civil War. How in the hell do we not count? You got to give BC Sports some praise. I'm not sucking and jiving like a lot of the other guys because this is true. It's real. All it takes is a few smart people, not the dumb guys. The dumb guys don't stand for nothing. They'll let someone spit on the face of the great-great-grandparents and say nothing. At least tell a man, stop spitting in my face. At least have the balls to do that. Put your hands down! Don't you dare defend your history! And a lot of guys say, well, okay, I don't want to cause any problems. Not only that, you're going to perform in front of the men that hate you. That's just dumb. I don't understand it. I think there's going to be awakening. And I'm saying that the NFL will move the Pro Bowl out of Florida because they listen to Big C Sports, not the guy shucking and jiving. If not, why in the hell would you play in that game? I want to say sports betting is huge because a lot of people, they get stuck in their ways and they think they're going to take $2 if they're going to win the Powerball or the Mega Million like I did tonight. It's just $2. Not a big deal. But some of you guys, when the sports community says, and they've just suspended, I think, like 10 NFL players because some of those guys, they didn't listen to Big C Sports. I said, 800 gambler. Don't bet on sports when you make a living playing sports. Some of you people are making $10 million a year. And because they want to win an extra $500,000, they bet on sports. Now they lose that $10 million contract. Think about how smart is it to lose $10 million because you're trying to make an extra $500,000. That's dumb. You get kicked out of the league. All because you didn't listen to Big C Sports. And you can blame the league too because the owners, they get paid. But the owners tell you they don't care about you. They're going to put the Pro Bowl in a state that says we don't even like our history. And you just shucking and jiving. Can't wait to wear the uniform. That's something you should protest. You should protest that. It's a shame. 800 gambler, if you're dumb enough to keep giving people your money that don't give you a guarantee on your money, at least the bank insures your money up to $250,000 per deposit. But you lose money on gambling, they don't do anything to help you. 800 gambler. I know a lot of people, too many people, that have been hurt by gambling. It's an addiction. Kind of like some people say that cigarette smoking is not healthy for you. I can't confirm or deny. Some people say that cigarette smoke is not healthy for you. I can't confirm or deny. It's an allegation. If it's so healthy, give it to your baby instead of a bottle or the nipple. When a baby's born, you got door number 1. Behind door number 1 is the mother's bosom. Behind door number 2 is a bottle. Behind door number 3 is a cigarette. Which one are you going to choose? And then you have some people that argue that they're all the same, that there's no detriment. But the Surgeon General puts a warning on one of those 3 that I just mentioned. They don't put a warning on the mother's nipple. They don't put a warning on the bottle. They only put a warning on one product. And that's being sold all over the world. Just because it's sold doesn't mean it's good. And these gaming companies, when you're broke and you spend all your money because you thought you were going to win the big one, and you lose everything, They don't come bail you out, 800 Gambler, if you're that kind of person. I want to say thank you to Xfinity, Comcast TV, and Comcast Spotlight Effect TV for presenting Big C Sports to the universe. Just like in Genesis 1:3, where God said reparations now, reparations forever. Give that some praise, and God said let there be light. I do love having fun with Big C Sports Podcast, and this is when the water gets a little bit deeper, because I want to just say, the Associated Press, I want to thank you for interviewing Charlton Curry of Big C Sports, March 29th, 2023. That Big C Sports is the only sports show in the universe that had the Associated Press call me about reparations. Something most of our black brethren won't even mention because they're afraid of getting what's owed them. You got guys saying they're going to hold out for the NFL season because they want more money. They're going to hold out for the NBA season because they want more money. They're going to hold out for Major League Baseball because they want more money. They're going to hold out of playing soccer because they want more money. And then when you have reparations at the forefront of every intelligent person's mind, not the dumb people, but the intelligent people, like the lawmakers, reparations is there. And a lot of people won't even talk about it. I've listened to sports show after sports show after sports show. They may give it 10 seconds because they're afraid of what Marshall's going to say. Boys, don't you dare open your mouth about what we owe you. Reparations is just to repair. But some of our guys, they're afraid to even say what's good for their own people. Some of our guys are afraid to even tell the NFL we're not doing the Pro Bowl in Florida. They're teaching anti-black history. And some of our black athletes going to show up anyway, and they want to blame the white man for the problem, and you sit there and participate, you're the problem. Either lead, follow, get out of the way. If you're afraid, just follow Big C Sports. I'm not afraid. If I say something that's not true, check me, fact check me. I'm the only sports show in the universe that will ask you to fact check everything I say. Nobody else does that. I don't redact what I say. I can't. I'm not saying I'm always right, but I think I write about 95% of the time. You can Google it. I fact check myself. Nobody else does that. I fact check myself. You can Google Associated Press Jenny Hill on March 29, 2023. She interviewed Charlton Curry about reparations. She also mentioned President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, California Governor Gavin Newsom, California Senator, the best senator in the country, Stephen Bradford, who's responsible for name, image, and likeness. That's how college kids are getting paid. He did that. She also mentioned the Reparations Task Force leader, the chair, Camila Moore, Vice Chair Amos Brown, and many other great dignitaries. Really do appreciate her as I push for reparations because it's more important than shucking and jiving. Google Survivors Today Act of 2017. Everybody, I have a quiz. Pay attention. And I want you to grab your phone or grab your computer, and I want you to Google Survivors Today Act of 2017. The Justice for Uncompensated Survivors Today Act of 2017 is United States legislation that requires the State Department to report to Congress on steps that 47 countries in Europe have taken to compensate Holocaust survivors and their heirs for assets seized by Nazi Germany and post-war communist governments. And with that, the NFL is going to have their Pro Bowl in Florida. That's eliminating black history. Doesn't make any sense. I'm hoping that some people stand up for what's right. United Nations Human Rights Chief calls for reparations, which means to repair for descendants of chattel slavery. It's going to happen. I love mentioning that as much as I love sports. I also want to do what no other sports show in the universe does. I pay homage to the California Reparations Task Force. It took place on June 29th, 2023. Of all the sports casters in the universe that could have attended, only one showed up. It's Big C Sports. Give me some praise. I'm not shucking and driving. It's a fact. A great film of the whole procedure, the whole meeting, was filmed by Crescent Sports Media, by brother Aleem Shabazz. Better coverage than any other sports or news media I've ever seen. Crescent Sports Media, the great Aleem Shabazz, had great footage of it, of the Reparations Task Force meeting. I love paying homage to it because Camila Moore, the chair, brilliant. Dr. Amos C. Brown, vice chair, brilliant. Senator Stephen Bradford, brilliant. He's responsible for name, image, and likeness for you college kids that get paid, and some of y'all didn't even show up. A man helped you get money for your name, image, and likeness, and you did not show up at the reparations meeting? Councilmember Monica Montgomery Steppe, Assemblymember Reginald Jones Sawyer, Dr. Cheryl Gillis, Lisa Holder, Dr. Javon Scott Lewis, Donald K. Tamaki, all of them brilliant. Give them all praise because they showed up as some of our famous Hollywood entertainers. Oh, hashtag Hollywood's so white. Can't get a job in Hollywood. And they didn't even show up for the reparations task force meeting in their own backyard. That's like having a barbecue in your own backyard and you don't show up. That's why God created Big C Sports. Give that some praise. If I didn't talk about this stuff, I still meet people to this day. They go, Big C, can you tell me when they're gonna pass this reparations thing? Can you tell me more about the reparations thing and when it's gonna happen? Because somebody told me that they're supposed to have discussions about reparations. I said they already had the final task force meeting. At least they asked. Because we have some well-known Hollywood people. They're so busy running to the mainstream for Mossel to pay them for a TV commercial, for Mossel to pay them for a food commercial, for Mossel to pay them for a Subway commercial, for Mossel to pay them for... They sell everything. But when it comes to helping descendants of chattel slavery that most of us come from, black Americans, I'm talking about black men and black women, don't blame racism for this because your butt didn't show up. Now, some people say, well, I got mine, get yours. What if the soldiers that fought for the Union Army would have had that mentality? Well, I got mine, get yours. They fought to the death. They couldn't surrender, they would be killed. They fought for the death, and they were supposed to get reparations because Lincoln promised that in the Emancipation Proclamation. The Emancipation Proclamation did not end slavery, it was the 13th Amendment. But when they were promised 40 acres and a mule, and now we're having the same talk about the reparations to repair what was stolen from them in 2023, some of our most prominent black folks didn't even show up. They're too busy asking Massa for a job. Massa, can I get a role in the next TV show? If it's the right thing to do, why are you afraid to do the right thing? I'm not afraid. I'm one person. I work for God. The Alpha, the Omega, the Ancient of Days. And some people say, Curry, you talk too much. You talk too much about reparations. And a white man by the name of Governor Gavin Newsom, he did a mandate that they study it. And there's already some money that's being guaranteed to happen. And some people still don't know about it. Oh, they ain't never gonna pay nobody. There's a family in LA already got $20 million while people are shucking and jiving and wondering who's going to win the game. It's so important. I talk about it all the time. It's more important than who won a damn game. The task force recommends major reparations. An 1,100-page report provides recommendations for lawmakers. 1,100 pages. How often do you hear it on the news? How often do you hear it on the news? You heard about it for a couple of days outside of Big C Sports. You don't hear about it on the mothership. You don't hear about it on those other programs. An 1,100-page report provides recommendations for lawmakers. And you only hear about it on Big C Sports. Why is that? Am I the only one that cares about our people? Am I the only one that has the balls to say, Google the report? Am I the only one? Because we give a lot of false praise to people that don't deserve it. I know people do their own philanthropy. But what if we had just 5 people, like the Cleveland Summit? I know Ali was there. Jabbar was there. Jim Brown was there. Bill Russell was there. There were other luminaries that were there. Most of those guys have passed away. Kareem's still here. He's making TV commercials. It'd be great if Kareem Abdul-Jabbar talked about reparations. Don't be afraid, just do what Big C does. It'd be great if some of our great athletes talked about reparations. Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Russell Wilson. Why not? Klay Thompson. Mookie Betts. Oprah Winfrey. Sam Jackson. Charles Barkley. Shaquille O'Neal. Why just leave it up to Big C? Seriously, this is about our lineage, our legacy. I just told you, if you Google the Survivors Today Act, how the United States of America, the Justice Department, Survivors Today Act of 2017, not 1917, not 1817, 2017. They're making sure our Jewish brethren get their pensions, that they get their reparations. And some of our own black brethren, they won't say nothing. Oh, Big C, you don't want to talk too much about that. I already got paid. What if they just had the faith of the size of the grain of a mustard seed, and it wasn't just me, that clarion call? Oh, man, I'm on 27 platforms. I'm one beautiful, intelligent black man. You think it's easy doing this when people saying, oh, man, you talk too much about that stuff? Why you want to help your people? Everybody's trying to help somebody. Fairness is fairness. And why am I the only one that talks about it? If the boss that you work for hates you so much that he will fire your butt for talking about the truth. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. I'm not lying about reparations is real. But some of our people who have a bigger microphone than I do, they say nothing, like they're quiet as a mouse. What does Massa think of you when you're so afraid that you won't even tell them the truth? You won't even look him in the eye and say, hey, boss, there's something that's really important to me in my legacy as a man. As a man! And as a woman! It's about the legacy of my children. The legacy of the people that I come from. Reparations is real. They've only interviewed one black man about it that covers sports. His name is Charlton Curry. I'm one beautiful, intelligent black man, but I have no fear. I only fear God. I believe that the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. That's important. And as I'm championing reparations, the NFL is so damn insensitive on a $15 billion business that's made by 75% black men. They put the Pro Bowl in a state where they're saying they want to teach anti-blackness, that black history doesn't matter. They're not doing that to our Jewish brethren. And people know that's the truth. I'm asking everybody who's decent to say enough's enough. If you're going to say that black history doesn't matter, then you don't matter. You can fix it. You can fix it. You fix it the same way apartheid was ended in South Africa. The world realized, you know what, that's a draconian system. And the world stopped buying products from companies that were doing business with South Africa. And it changed. And that's what I believe the 1,100-page task force, it should be in every elementary school. It should be in every high school. It should be in every junior college. It should be in every four-year university. There should be a thesis done on it. It should be required reading as they're trying to end black history in 26 states in the United States. You have a task force that has an 1,100-page recommendations for lawmakers. The clergy should be behind it. There's so many televangelists now, and they talk about saving your soul for Jesus, trying to do right to please God, and they won't even do what God said. You rob God. Well, how you rob God? Because you withheld your tithes and offerings. Don't you think the tithe is owed to descendants of chattel slavery? They were not paid. They had no health insurance. They had no life insurance. They had no workers' comp. They couldn't call in sick. They had to work 20 hours a day. They were beaten, raped, lynched, sold off. Their children were sold off. The women had no rights, no due process. I tell women all the time, most men, they want to get you drunk and see if they can take advantage of you when you go bar hopping. Oh, that won't happen to me. Most women that are assaulted, they're assaulted when they're inebriated, not when they're fully lucid. The men that prey on women, they want to get you drunk. They want to take you bar hopping. and get you all liquored up. So you don't know what happened. And now they're putting crap in people's drinks. The Me Too movement, it came out when all these women, the white ladies, were saying it happened to me too. They were on a date with somebody, and they were drowsy, and they woke up, and something happened to them. Because that's the profile of men that do that crap. I heard about it when I was in high school. You want to take advantage of people? Get them liquored up. And you have people going around bar hopping, and some parents encourage it. Their own daughters, go get drunk. Nobody's gonna let anyone harm you. And the predators looking at those drunk women walking around, all stumbling and staggering, don't know where they are, and they say, like the lion says to the gazelle with the lippy leg, that's the one. There it is. Think about that. It's the same thing with reparations. People are drunk, they're staggered, they're beaten down, living paycheck to paycheck. And here you are with a solution. You got the receipt. It's owed to you. And some people don't want to turn in a receipt because the paychecks will not be televised. And I just want to say, wake up, people. I know I love sports as much as anybody, but to me, I have to read too much when I got in trouble. And so I'm not enamored with somebody who's just pretty or big, strong, and fast. I believe in doing what I heard about in the Bible. It relates to sports too. What do you think of a football game where it's 25-14? What a great game. 25-14, not bad. What about if the score is 30-25? That's not bad. That's an even better game. The winning team 30, the losing team 25. The parable of the talents in Matthew 25:14-30, it tells of a master who was leaving his house to travel. And before leaving, he entrusted his property to his servants according to the abilities of each man. His servants. One servant received 5 talents. The second servant had received 2 talents. The third servant received only 1. Like Big C Sports, I'm the only sportscaster that's on 27 platforms, and I do it all by myself with the help of God. I'm not bragging. Try it sometime. There's a lot of people that talk crap about me at first. They don't even have a job anymore. They got fired by Moss. Moss said, "Get your butt out! Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord spits you!" And some of those guys called me, hey, Big C. I was wondering, man. How you doing, man? What's new? I was wondering if I could come on your show. Come on my show and do what? I used to work for the mothership, and they let me go because they didn't like how I was keeping it real. I say, start your own podcast. Because my goal, $6 billion. Big C Sports will become a household name. I saw it in a dream a long time ago. And I was told by a psychic a long time ago, about 7 years ago. She said, your gospel is sports. You're going to connect the world to God through the gospel of sports. And it's happening. It's happening almost every day. Where more and more I'm connected to $6 billion. And it's coming. Give that some praise. I'm saying what God said. I ain't worried about people. I ain't asking no man. I ain't asking no woman. I'm asking the same person, the same spirit that helps me breathe every day. That's God. Yahweh, the infinite day. And it's coming. I just need some other people who can do the same thing. What's wrong with bringing people to Christ through sports? You can put 80,000 people into a sporting stadium to watch the World Cup across the pond. You can put 80,000 people in a football stadium, especially in the South, the SEC, to watch football, to watch those young black boys make those white universities wealthy. They do it all the time. Even had some white coaches said they'll quit if they start paying black kids. Dabu Sweeney making $10 million a year. If you start paying these black boys, I'll quit. He didn't quit. People were asking him to quit. Take your sorry butt and go get a job doing something else. Let a black man have that job. He didn't quit. And I'm telling you the gospel. If you Google it. A lot of other guys, they said they quit too. If you start paying black people, I'm going to quit my $10 million a year job. It's the same garbage about reparations, where people are saying, oh, we don't need no reparations. Who in the hell would say that outside of the Ku Klux Klan and the Southern Confederates? Everybody goes to work to then get a paycheck. If something happens to your car, what do? They take it to get repaired. Oh, we don't believe in repairing cars. If something happens to you, it's been 100 degrees in Denver Hills, California over the last week. It's cooler off now. But when your air conditioner breaks, you know what people do? They call the repairman. They don't say, oh, I don't need no repairman. They call the repairman and ask the repairman to fix it. They call the repairman and have them fix it. If you got to start your car, the car doesn't start, what do? They call the tow company, take it to the repairman. So he can do what? So he can say it's okay, we don't need to fix it. They say, no, I need it repaired. And they give you the repair order. And then they give you the bill. And when you get the bill, you got to pay. You know the bill that hasn't been paid yet? Reparations for the descendants of child slavery. Give that some praise. Everybody wants to get paid until it comes to reparations. How do you rob God by withholding your tithes and offerings? The tithe was never paid to descendants of chattel slavery. In a nation that worships God, it's time. And I'm going to champion that because it's the right thing to do. If you don't believe that getting paid for your efforts is the right thing to do, then don't listen to me, because I'm going to talk about it all the time. There's a lot of guys, they don't talk about it, but you better believe when it's time for them to get paid, they go to Massa and say, Massa, where's my check? Massa, in fact, I worked some overtime, Massa, I worked overtime, I need more money. It's the right thing to do, people. And that's why, and this is why my show is growing. I've grown more in the last year than I have ever with Big C Sports. And I say partly because of reparations. Because I speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will help you God. I'm not a dumb person. I'm not illiterate, not even a little bit. And I know that burns some people. They want black men to walk around with your head down like you're shucking and jiving. Yeah, man, you know, what's up, man? They won't, the man won't let us have nothing. No, you either lead, follow, get out of the way. Don't make excuses for nobody. And when someone comes to you with their hands open saying, give me some money so you can grow my company, no. You asked me to give you $100,000, give me $1 million. You asked me to give you $100,000, give me $10 million. Everybody's asking black folks for money now that reparations are about to pass. Hey man, I got this great investment. I got a great investment. It's gonna make you rich. Oh really? What I gotta do? What I gotta do to get rich? Give me $100,000. And that's gonna happen more and more. Mark my words. As reparations happens more and more, there will be more people who are not black that will come to black people that don't even employ black people outside of athletics. They don't have them as part of their CEOs and their corporate structure. Maybe they'll have one or two, to affirm the action. And they're going to be coming to the black people, the black society, and saying, "Why don't you invest in my pipe dream? I got a bridge I want to sell you in the middle of the ocean." And some people are going to do it because they like being hoodwinked. They're going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I would advise everybody, get a financial advisor, and maybe get one that looks like you, because they have the same history. Not that matters everything, but it matters to a lot of other people. A lot of other people, they won't use a black financial advisor or a black broker or a real estate agent. They won't use it. They'll go use someone who looks just like them. But they'll smile on your face, love you, brother, appreciate you, brother, God bless you, brother. But they don't go to people who don't look like their own kind. And I'm telling people now, because it's going to happen, mark my words, there'll be more and more people coming into the black community trying to take off it's called culling. You take off the top. They do it in farming. You cull the good fruit off the top. The stuff at the bottom of the barrel, that becomes that cheap wine you buy for $2 that sometime I buy every now and then. It's okay. I use it to cook. But at the same time, I know you want to hear about football, basketball, baseball, but none of it's more important than reparations. As I say, and I always say it, reparations now, reparations forever. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. I'll talk about Big C's Major League Baseball power rankings, as reparations is more prominent in the eyes of every sports broadcaster in the universe. And I know a lot of them won't do it, but I will do it because God God gave me the ability to do it. He gave me the vision. There's a gland in the brain called the pineal gland. And people say that's how you talk to God. I'm having so many more manifestations, meditation, and manifestation coming into my life since the number 9 series DNA showed up in my life. It's like the universe is opened up. The sky is more clear. The air is more clean. I hope I can get at least 5 black men and 5 black women in Hollywood to help Big C Sports champion Reparations. No more sucking and driving. Do it for your children. Do it for your family members that don't have a professional contract. Do it for the ones who don't know how to get to the mountaintop. Like Moses was told by God in Exodus 4:10-12, go down into Egypt and tell Pharaoh to let my people go. And Moses said, who do I tell him sent you? And God said, tell him I am sent you. Well, I am Big C Sports, and I ask you to give me some praise because I'm going to go down into the mountaintop and tell Pharaoh to say reparations now, reparations forever. And that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Well, as I always tell you, if you're going to drink, don't drive. If you're going to drive, don't drink. It's one of the easiest things not to do. Mothers against drunk drivers are mad, and the fathers against drunk drivers are mad. You can call Uber. You can call Lyft. You can do anything. You can even sleep it off. But don't let people that you love get behind the wheel of a car, drinking and driving. The life you save may be your own. That's so important. Don't let anybody do that to you. It's not the smart thing to do, but people do it all the time. But don't let that happen to you. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Well, as I always tell you, back in the day, there's a man known by the name of Drew Boudini Brown. He was known as Muhammad Ali's right-hand man, and he would always tell Ali, you float like a butterfly, you sting like a bee, rumble, young man, rumble. He said, with all you got to use, how can you lose? Ali said, I'm so pretty, I can't possibly be beat because all the Big C burgers make me laugh on my feet. That's why I float like a butterfly and I sting like a bee. My beautiful mother always says there's never ever an excuse for racism or domestic violence. No man, woman, or child should ever have to deal with that garbage on their own. And as I always tell you, if you know anybody going through that garbage, pick up the phone and call 911. Things change when the police show up. No one should have to deal with that garbage. As I always tell you on every Big C Sports show, I thank you, I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a super, fantastic day. Reparations now, reparations forever. Reparations now, reparations forever. Say it one more time, as if your favorite player just scored a touchdown, or a home run, or a three-point play. Reparations now, reparations forever. I thank you, I appreciate you, and I hope you have a super, fantastic day.